welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm gonna share to you my classroom. So I will have a classroom tour, and that's not the only one. I'm gonna share to you my 5 classroom essentials. So please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hey guys, good morning. So it's my first time to do a classroom tour. So I am so excited to bring you to my classroom. By the way, today is my classroom observation by our principal. So it is kind of scary. I still get scared even though it's my 10 years of teaching already, but yeah, so today will be my class observation, and I will also want to do a classroom tour so you will get to see my classroom. So guys, if you want to see my classroom, please keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so this is my classroom. So let's start with this one. This one is a very important part of my classroom. This is where my students will put their work after doing their work. They're gonna place it there. If you notice, there are numbers because my students has their own number. So this way it's easy for me to track if who is absent and who's missing. So yes, I have this one. This is very important part of my class. And this one, this is my zones of regulation. So my student, when they get inside, they will get their clip. So actually their names are at the back just to, you know, for their names to be confidential. So this is my zone. What my students will do is to get their names and try to think if they are in the green zone. Green zone is like you're happy, ready to learn. Blue zone is when they're sad and they're tired. Yellow zone is when they're worried and nervous, so they need to slow down. And they're gonna choose red if they think they are angry and hurting. So what's the importance of this, guys? What is the importance of zone of regulation? So I use these zones for me to know as a teacher if my students is feeling good or if there are problems at the beginning of the day. So yes, so this is very effective, guys. And this is my guided reading station. So see, I am ready for today. So I have here my books that I'm going to, and I have the green group, blue group, and the red group. So what is this? This is my fluency stick. So my students need to learn sight words. So this is very, very effective, guys. So what I do is I print some words that they're going to learn. So this part here is not yet means they have not learned these words yet, and the middle is progressing, which means this is what they're gonna learn. They are currently learning. So I only place 5 words because based on study, the less quantity the better. And I will put on the last side achieve if they already the words that they have already read. So the goal is to put all of this side to the other side at the end of the year. So I have my board, I have here my phonics, you know, my CVC drill, and my markers, and of course my word wall. So these are the words that my students has been learning since August, guys. And this is where I put and also we have our bathroom and it's not working today. So guys, this is where my iPads are placed and my headphones. So guys, here is my learning corner. So I place here our different activities. So I like to have this kind of bulletin board because when there will be visitor, they will see what are the things that my students are doing. So I have here the anchor text. So anchor texts are the book that we are working on for a particular week, and then we have our vocabulary, our grammar, our sight words, and our phonics. And I also have my math practice. So I really love this part because it is really attractive and it is really colorful. So yes, and this is my computer corner as well. So my students, they go to websites for math and for reading to practice math fact fluency, and for reading to read books online. So beside it is my great work corner. So in this part of my room, I place here the different work of my students. So I love collecting work of my students. These are work samples that I can show to parents during conference. So if you could see here, I'm gonna hide the name. So since these are different activities, so by doing that, parents can see the work of their kid in a portfolio. So I love this one. Look at their drawings. So you can see the improvement of your students' work from the beginning of the year and then at the end of the year. So it's really a good way to collect your student samples, student work samples. Now this is my very small library, so I'm still working on to make a bigger and better library. So but for now, this is my library, and beside it is my safe place. I showed you the zone of regulation, so my kids will use that when they come to my classroom to check in if they're feeling good or if they're feeling sad. So when they're feeling sad or angry or even happy, they go here one at a time, and then they choose the feeling bodies that symbolizes their feeling of that day. So by the way, kids are not forced to come here. It is by their own will if they want to go here and relax, and because you cannot force a kid to learn if they're not really ready emotionally. So they can come here, and these are the ways for them to improve. These are the different ways for them to do if they're not feeling good. So they could take a deep breath, relax. They could clear their minds thinking of happy thoughts. So these are strategies to regulate behavior. So when I need to cool down, I can. So these are the different things that they can do. And yeah, these are the steps. So first they can go to the safe place, which is here. This is a safe place. Then they can do the 4 kinds of breathing exercise. We have the pretzel breathing, the star, the drip, and the balloon. So the different emotion and the different ways to solve it. So yeah, inside this, actually it should be complete, but now, so I have this one. So they like to play with this because it will clear their mind. And they have a feeling journal, so my kids can write what they feel. So yeah, so it's not so nice, but that is a very important tool, guys, for your kids to feel safe and feel ready for the day. So guys, I have here my circle time setter. I have the date for today and the days of the week, the letters, rhyme time, colors and shape, the weather, and the counting jar. So kids can come here and learn on their own. So this is also a very effective tool for learning. Now let's go here in my objective board. So I really love to be organized. So I want that when the principal or when someone will observe my class, they will see what are we working on for the particular day. So here I have my standards, I have my story of the week, I have my reading skill, my phonics skill, my math standard, my spelling words, my high frequency words, and my vocabulary. So I change this one. Most of the time it's every week, but for the standards, I change it every day. So, and for the vocabulary as well, I change it every day. So guys, this is my objective board. I like this because it makes me organized and it makes me track what we're learning for the day. And these are my 3 classroom rules, simple yet effective. So rule number 1 is to be safe, rule number 2 is to be kind, and rule number 3 is be ready. So if they follow these 3 rules, you can assure that there will be a safe and fun, meaningful learning experience. I have my voice level, guys. So I have this one. So whenever I discuss, I told them that the voice level should be here, no voice, absolute silence, and no one is talking. If they're working, they're gonna do whisper voice. And if we are just, you know, we're doing group work, they can do their inside voice. But most of the time, I really like the whisper voice because we're too many in my classroom. So I have my alphabets here. So it's important that you have this one, especially for first grades or early graders, because there are still students who could not master the alphabet. So it's important that you have that. I also have my schedule, and this one, these are numbers 1 to 100. And I have here a saying that says kind is the new cool. And I have my smart board. So my smart board is my favorite tool for learning because I show video, I show pictures. It's so easy and convenient, guys. So I could write on my smart board, so it's nice. So this is my mini office, mini room in my classroom. This is where I relax, this is where I sit down. So I'm so sorry it's not that clean and organized, but yeah, these are the papers that I still need to check. And this is a treasure box. So I want to show it to you guys. So in my treasure box, I have here different coupons. So in my coupons, I said take one item from the class. We have show and tell. We have iPad play. So how do I use this treasure box? So every day my students will have some points, especially when they're doing good or answering their work. So if they get at least 10 points in a day, they could get something from the treasure box. Okay, so this is my computer, and I also have my own printer there. Yeah, so I have my printer, I have my paper here, different colored paper, and I have here this one. This is my organizing drawer, so I put all the things I needed for photocopying. Okay, so this is my center station, so for math and reading. So I have here my reading worksheets, a sentence fixer, and I also have my math worksheets. So every day my kids will go here with their assigned number. So the goal is for them to really visit all the center stations at the end of the week. So let's start with our first one. My first one is my spelling practice. So I have my spelling words, and they will write it 3 times. And at the same time, I also have my math worksheet here. So I do it like this. So whenever they do center for reading, they can just take away one. And if it's math time, they can just take away the math worksheet. I have here also read and write worksheet. And for math, it's still a subtraction. I have another spelling practice, and I have here phonics fluency for digraph, and another math. I like this center because it helps me be organized, and it helps my kids to have meaningful work. It makes me organized when I do my guided reading over there, and some of the kids will just be here and doing meaningful work. And now, once they're done with their work, they're gonna grab one of these manipulatives. So I have here my Lego, and actually there's a number. So this is for station 1, and this one, if they are in number 6, so they're gonna grab it. This is for number 2, and this is for number 1. Another Lego I have here. So I have a pattern that they could do. And then I have here, this is for number 5, a cube, instant cube center. So it's all manipulatives, it's all building stuff, guys, and creating patterns. So I really like this because my kids, when they're done, kids can get noisy. So when they're done, they have something to do, and that will make your classroom less noisy and your kids will have something to do while waiting for you to finish with your guided reading. So this is my guided reading, and this is my center stations. So today I'm going to share to you my 5 classroom essentials. So I can't live without these 5 things, guys. So these 5 things really helped me in my teaching, and it helped me make my job easier, and it makes me work efficient and faster. So let me show you my first essential. I have my own laminator. So as a teacher, it's really important for me to have my own laminator because everything in my classroom, my decorations are laminated, so I could still use it in the next year to come. So it helped me save money by not always buying decorations and classroom resources because everything is being laminated. So this is very important, and I love this one, guys. So having this, I don't need to go to the district office to laminate for my stuff. I just have this one, and it's very convenient. So that's number 1. My number 2 essential, guys, is my electric sharpener. So you know, pencils are number 1 need for primary grades. So we need pencils and we need sharpened pencils. So having this one, guys, help me have sharpened pencils every single day. So this is very convenient, it's so easy to use. My third essential is my clicker. So I use this clicker, guys, whenever I do my PowerPoint, when I'm teaching. So this is really important. This is my lifesaver whenever I'm teaching because you know I like to be going around my class when I'm teaching. I just don't need to sit down in my computer, and you know, so I need to roam around. So when doing that, I need a clicker for me to, you know, use my PowerPoint, and I could roam around. And it also has a laser, so I could point out words that I want them to read, or I could point out pictures in the smartboard. So this is very important to me. This is called the clicker. My 4th essential is, this is called a Mindfulness Bell. I call it Mindfulness Bell. So this is very good. I'm gonna show it to you. Oh, this is a Woodstock chime. So this is what mindfulness teacher used when doing breathing exercise, when doing mindfulness. So I'm also a mindfulness teacher. I do mindfulness in my classroom, and I also use this one for my centers. So what I do is when I let the kids line up, I will ring the bell. And they need to be in line before the sound will fade. So that will help them to move fast, as quick as they can. And they make sure that they should be quiet because we need to hear the sound. So this is very effective classroom management tool. So I use a buzzer before, but I don't like it. It's very noisy. This one is very quiet. My kids are quiet when I use this one. My 5th essential is my popsicle stick, and I call this the Lucky Ducks. So I use this one whenever I call students' name. I don't call students who are raising their hands because I want everybody to pay attention. So I have their number here. So when I got this one, so I will call their number. This is how I call students. And if they're done answering, I'm just gonna put it down, and it will help me know who are not yet done calling or who are not yet done participating and who are already done. So this is very, very important to me. So every day I made sure that all my students will be able to share their ideas whenever we're having class discussion. So that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed my classroom tour and my 5 classroom essentials. So please keep supporting my channel, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye, guys.